Hello, and welcome to National Lampoon Live with Harrison Greenbaum. I'm your host, Harrison Greenbaum, and we're coming to you every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. If you're on the West Coast, that's 5 p.m. And if you're in the middle of the country, I think that's 7 p.m. But thank you so much for tuning in each and every week. A shout out to the Improv Asylum in New York City and Boston, which has been carrying our show for the last couple of weeks. Huge shout out to them. And of course, to our charity that we've been trying to raise money and awareness for many, many weeks now, the COVID Foundation. It's covid.cm/National Lampoon. Let's see if we can put that up over here. Perfect timing. There we go. covid.cm/National Lampoon. You just got to visit that website. You can donate anywhere from $1 to $1 million. I don't know who has a spare $1 million lying around, but make sure you donate. It goes to a great cause. It puts PPE in the hands of healthcare workers who need it. It helps the underserved. It helps the homeless. It's a really cool charity that's doing its best during a really crazy time. So go to that website, covid.cm/National Lampoon, and you get a tax deductible. It's a tax deductible contribution. You get a tax write-off. So there you go. Shabbat shalom to all the Jews out there. Is it weird that I started talking about money and then immediately shifted into Jews? Perhaps. But let's bring on our audience. Let's see what they think of this weird purple void. It's just some cheap DJ lights, but now I know what it looks like to be inside of Barney. Let's see. We have Arizona, Sienna. How you doing? Either your name is Arizona and you currently live in Sienna, or it's the other way around. Which one is it?
No, that's it. No, yeah. I live in Arizona and my name is Sienna.
Nice. And are you from San Francisco?
Oh, no, but I lived there for a few months actually on my last job.
Oh, nice. And what are you doing now during quarantine?
Well, a lot of stuff, mostly just like painting, baking, the usual quarantine stuff. I started
I like how it's the usual quarantine stuff. Have you been in another quarantine?
Oh, right. Like this is a common occurrence. This is my second quarantine. No. But I'm just, doing like TikTok stuff, like watching it.
Nice. So you're under 25, I assume then.
I'm under 25.
Let's bring on another virtual audience member. We have Haley from Los Angeles. How you doing?
Hi, it's actually Hallie.
Oh, Hallie. Well,
yeah, sorry. Don't worry about it. It's spelled like Haley. My parents are foreigners.
Oh, no. You know what? My sister's name is Dina, and she spells it D-E-N-A, which I believe is Dena. So you're in good company. Her middle name is also screwed up. So I lucked out. Harrison evidently is hard to misspell.
Yeah.
You got bangs. Have you been... have you been giving yourself haircuts? Have you been letting it ride until you can get a haircut? Because I feel like that's a dangerous situation because at a certain level, you will not be able to see.
Yeah, no, I cut my own bangs. I've had bangs my whole life. I like to joke that I came out of the womb with bangs. I've literally just had them my whole life. It's kind of terrifying that most of my friends have never seen my forehead.
I was about to say, it's like my dad. I've never seen his upper lip. He's had a mustache since I was born. I've never seen this area of his face.
Yeah.
Uncharted territory. Who knows? Maybe there's a weird off-color tattoo that's hidden under there. Right. Maybe my dad it just says pussy right here. Who knows? We don't know what it says there. I've never seen it. I've seen pictures of it though previously, so who knows? Let's bring in Orange County. He watches this show. He's gonna love that joke. All right. Orange County, also in California. Is it Jess or Jace?
Oh, good one. It's Jess.
Okay, good. I got to make sure. And how are you doing in your quarantine?
Doing good. I have to say that I feel like the quarantine is encouraging me to break rules because when the beaches were shut down, the parking lot was shut down, but not the ocean. So I had to drive.
You know, as they say, it's very difficult to shut down the ocean.
Yeah, no,
so it's hard to build a wall between the United States and Mexico. Imagine trying to build a wall around the ocean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we had to I had to drive, throw my dad out so he could run across the beach before he gets caught, so then he could surf. So if you're in the ocean, they couldn't take you. But if you're on the sand, that was where.
It's legal to be in the parking lot, legal to be in the ocean. The only gray area is the beach separating it.
Yeah.
I love that. You admitted to a felony here on air. It's fantastic. This is on the internet forever. Iowa, how you doing? Jenna and Zach, you've been on the show before, and now you're matching in stripes. That's very nice. Have you run out of laundry, or have you been matching this entire pandemic?
It was not on purpose, and we actually have not done laundry in a long time, now that you bring it up.
Nice. Yeah, I've been building it up. I have I live in Manhattan, so I have a laundry room in my basement. So every time I go down there, it's like an apocalyptic movie where we're checking back and forth, making sure nobody else is doing laundry. I've never been more stressed out making sure my sheets are clean.
We need to get some Iowa real estate where there's a washer dryer in every apartment in Iowa. So
don't you dare rub that in, Iowa. Get it. You have more space, more corn, and definitely more white people. We get it. Virtual audience, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll be checking in with you throughout the whole show. And later on, our last segment is the audience Q&A, in which members of the audience get to ask our panel one question, and we must answer it. So begin thinking about that now. Virtual audience, thank you so much for tuning in. If you'd like to join our virtual audience next week or any week after that, just go to our email address. It's so simple. It's office@nationallampoon.com. Pretty simple. Office@nationallampoon.com. You can join our virtual audience. There it is. Office@nationallampoon.com. I don't know why all the screens had to get smaller to fit that, but technology. All right. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see. I'll see you later. And Sienna, I might see you on TikTok. So here we go. We have an incredible show in store. Another thing, by the way, if you are drinking, the word of the night tonight is night. I don't know if this is the worst idea I've ever had or the best, but the word of the night is night. So every time you hear the word night, take a drink. This is Corona beer. They have not yet sponsored us. I believe the first episode, we asked Corona beer to sponsor us. It is 16 episodes. They have yet to do it. And you know what? We're not going to give up. Corona beer, 16 episodes, and they're still not our sponsor. They're going to do it. Eventually, they're going to do it. I know they're just playing hard to get, and we're going to get them as our sponsor. They're not even making this beer anymore, but we're going to drive this bit into the goddamn ground. I swear to God. So here you go. Anytime you hear the word night, take a drink. All right. This beer has not exploded yet. That's a new thing for me. All right. We have an incredible panel of comedians from across the country. I cannot wait to bring them in. Our first guest has been a regular on the program since the beginning. We love her. She is so funny and so talented. Coming to you all the way from Brooklyn. Give it up for Sarah Dooley, everybody.
Oh, hi.
Oh, are we about to play a very tiny game of tennis?
Oh, I'm not sure. I just decided to become sporty in the pandemic, so I'm actually invented a game. I'm calling it Racket. That's as far as I got.
Oh, okay. Have you ever played badminton? Because I got to be honest, I first played it in middle school, and when they told me the ball is called a shuttlecock, I was like, sold. You don't have to tell me anything more.
No, me too. And I said I was shuttlecock hungry, and then I got kicked out.
I love it. Did you ever try to put that on a T-shirt?
Not yet.
When I was a lifeguard, they tasked me with making the shirt for our lifeguard staff, and I put Sebastian on it, and it said, everything's better down where it's wetter. They did not allow us to make those shirts for our day camp.
Dang it.
That is a quote from a children's movie. That's on them.
Right. That's not your fault. That's an actual lyric.
Exactly. It's a Disney movie, for God's sakes.
Disney is so horny. We all know it.
Sarah, you've been playing incredible songs for us throughout this entire quarantine. It's one of my favorite parts of the week. What do you have for us tonight?
Oh, well, so I'm obviously furious all of the time. And as I famously said before, walking down the dead center of the sidewalk is the new manspreading. But there's another thing that men are doing these days that's really grinding my gears. And I wrote a song about it, so I hope that's okay.
No, absolutely. Sarah, take it away.
Okay. There's a virus sweeping through the city. You gotta wear a mask when you go outside. But despite the fact there's a global pandemic, some things don't change. There's still nowhere to hide, 'cause men are still catcalling. Yay! Men are still catcalling. Yes, it's so nice. I almost wish that I could wear a mask that covers my entire body. But that's not fair, though. Maybe instead men should wear masks that shut them the fuck up and are still, yes, catcalling. All right, audience, sing it with me. Men are still. Yeah, you're a little behind. Cat. Thank you. Wow. And tell me to smile. Wow, audience. I think that was our first sing-along.
That was amazing. We almost pulled it off too. I was impressed.
I know. I kind of liked the lag. It made it sort of a round.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or like anytime I sing along to a song, because I don't know the words of any songs, so I have to be at least a measure behind so I can pretend I know what I'm talking about.
I bet no one notices. That's
Do you
great.
know, I went to see Cats when I was a child, which it terrified the shit out of me because it's these weird, scary cats coming up to you in the audience in a theater filled with garbage. So terrifying. But I would sing on magical, mystical stories. And then I saw Cats the movie, and I had to turn to my girlfriend and go, it's magical Mr. Mistopheles. His entire fucking time, it's been magical Mr. Mistopheles. I've been singing magical, mystical stories to myself for 20 years.
Yeah, you've sounded like an idiot your whole life, basically. No one told you.
Yeah, the part that wasn't stupid was me singing Cats to myself.
No, everyone loved that. That was good.
It universally acclaimed and loved, both the musical and the movie.
They can do no wrong, Cats.
Sarah, thank you so much as always. I can't wait to see you back at the end of the show. I know you have another song for us, but they should follow you at Unruly as Dooley on Twitter and Instagram, and on Spotify. The album is Stupid Things. Download it. It's a great album. I have a physical copy of it. Yes, there it is. It is awesome. Fantastic bangs, by the way.
Oh, stop.
Unbelievable. Sarah, thank you so much, and we'll see you real soon. Man, this is hey, there's Orange County Jess. How you doing? That was a surprise to me too, but you know what? Did you enjoy the song?
Yes, I really wanted to like add some meowing in it, but I didn't know if it would blend well.
Jess, would you say it made your night?
Oh, that was perfect.
Yes, that is a giant can of, I don't know what that is, but that is beyond 40 ounces. Well, drink responsibly or drink Corona, a beer that's not even made anymore, but maybe they'll sponsor us. All right, we'll check back in with you. Let's get this panel underway. We have three incredible comedians. I am so excited to talk with each and every one. Your first guest was on Saturday Night Live. He was also in the guest book on TBS. He's here for you now. Coming to you from the West Coast, it's John Milhiser, everybody. Give it up for him.
Hi, everybody.
How you doing?
Good. I noticed that everybody on Zoom, when they enter a Zoom or whatever this is, they always wave with two hands.
Yeah, isn't that
Bye.
weird? This feels right, but somehow this looks better.
Yeah, it's bigger. It's like, hi.
Are you doing a lot of Zooming?
Yes, a lot of Zooming. Creative Zooming, like meetings, and then with family. My family has organized 3 wine tastings on Fridays, not this Friday, but yeah, my brother sent us all wine, the same wine, and then we get together, dress up in a theme. Last week was Mardi Gras, and then we all taste the wine, and then we have, what are those called? People are experts at wine.
Sommeliers.
A sommelier.
Or alcoholic, depending on how expert.
Who sent us the wine. He tells us about each wine, and he joins our Zoom. But yeah, lots of Zooming.
That's awesome. What have you been up to? Has your quarantine been fruitful?
It's been nice. I can't complain. Everybody's happy, healthy. I trying to make comedy videos, putting them on my gram. And then I do a lot of hiking and writing. Today I clipped my nails. I made my bed. I went on a hike. Yeah, so it's been a pretty productive day.
Yeah, I think I don't even have to tell people that you're in Los Angeles because you use the word hiking as a verb.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The only time New Yorkers use hike is to say, take a hike, but they don't mean a real one. I also love that in Los Angeles, you can legally get weed delivered, but Purell is impossible to get. Sure. What a weird time to be alive. Where pot, very easy. Purell has to be given to you like it's a drug deal.
Yeah, the marijuana business, it's an essential business apparently, but yeah, it's still fruitful, still going.
And are you catching up on any terrible television? I am at the final season of RuPaul's Drag Race. We started from season 1. We are going through All Stars as well. We are almost at the end.
My roommate and my boyfriend are obsessed, and since quarantine began, they've put on every single season of Drag Race, and I'm kind of like fine with it. Like I can sit on the couch and watch episode after episode after episode because it's such bright, funny characters, and like it goes quick and it's entertaining, and it's like actually the perfect TV to watch during quarantine.
It's a hard show to binge because they have such a distinct vocabulary that I'm now talking like a drag queen just day to day.
Come through.
Yes. Yeah. This comedy show is for the gods.
Anytime anybody's making fun of someone, I'm like, drag her.
Yeah. We're serving comedy panel realness. It's an extravaganza of jokes.
Yeah. For bad TV, yes, we're watching a lot of bad TV. We were watching Tommy, which was Edie Falco's show, where she's like a New York cop who all she wants is just a good slice of pizza. And then we also just got into Council of Dads, which I think is on ABC. It's about a dad who in the first episode dies, but he tells a couple friends, 3 friends, that if they could help raise his kids. So they're all like, they're a council of dads. So when the mom needs help, they're there. It's a very sad, pulling at the heartstrings kind of show.
Council of Dads seems either like the world's worst reality show or a show that airs on Fox News at 8 p.m. every day. It is a bunch of dads who are like slightly misinformed, being like, no, masks are fine even if they have holes in them. And you're like, no, that's not true, Council of Dads.
What I like about wearing masks actually outside is you could listen to a song and have a lip sync by yourself and like, but
that's right. Nobody even knows.
Nobody knows.
I have a friend who's a ventriloquist, and I swear to you, at the beginning of quarantine, he was hired to do a gig. It was in like a private residence, and right before he walked in, they said, "Hey, do you mind wearing this mask?" And he's like, "I'm a ventriloquist. What is the point?"
I should try to be a ventriloquist in these times of quarantine. I could like just wear a mask and yeah.
You got it made. Anybody can be a world-class ventriloquist in the times of a pandemic.
That's very funny.
So let's start bringing on the rest of our panel. Another fantastic comedian, a really good buddy of mine. He is currently in Long Island City. He's in New York. Sean Donnelly, everybody. How you doing, Sean?
Hello. I'll do what you said. I'll do the double hands.
Hi, Sean.
I love it. It's like a mixture on jazz hands. It's like you're mixing up jazz hands there. It looks great.
For this to be a real Zoom call, though, we need at least one person to not be looking at the camera, just be like, "I think I'm on a Zoom now."
Right.
No, I'm on a Zoom.
Is that what I'm doing? Do I have a thing here?
Or just
I like that everybody is color coordinated for this episode thus far. This is fantastic.
We got the blues going, and also it's great to see Harrison and that Russian dance club that he's really amazing. You look great, buddy. You really got to, I didn't know you were able to travel during the quarantine, but you look fantastic.
Yeah, I think if I don't pay for these lights, somebody's going to break my kneecaps. I think that's what happened.
You look like you're in the John Wick sequel. I got to be. And there's a couple of scenes that take place in your apartment at the John Wick sequel. I'm pretty sure.
How has your quarantine been? Has it been? You've been moving around.
I went home. The only travel I did was I went to Long Island for my birthday, and it was almost what I realized is that whenever you visit your family, that's kind of like quarantine anyway. You just kind of sit around and catch up. So it's kind of the same thing. So we hung out. We had roast beef. I had a Duncan Hines cake. It's almost like a more festive quarantine, and they gave me a ride back to Queens. And then it's been pretty good. It hasn't been. I miss stand up a lot. Like I like stand up a lot, and I miss stand up. But it only crept up on me as I was going, and so I'm trying to fill my time. So I've gone. I don't know if you guys have done this. So you're dating somebody. I don't know, if, John. You're dating somebody as well. So you haven't. I went on a Zoom date, which was not. It's very strange. Dating's already awkward, and then when you add buffering to it, you're not making it that much better. Do you know what I mean? Like you're not.
By the way, our third panelist, who I can see and you guys can't yet, but I want to bring him in because he is he's really into this story as I am. That's Sam Morrison, everybody. You know him, you love him. He writes for
Sam.
And we love him to death. Zoom date. Is there going to be a second Zoom date?
No, I'm not done.
Well, it's been 2 so far, but you know what it is like if you're like analyzing what your date is doing already on regular dates, you are micro analyzing what they're doing on Zoom dates because it went great up until the last 2 minutes when she had the Zoom goodbye of okay, well, all right, bye, and then clicked. That's when you know it's a disaster, you know?
Or she's ending the Zoom meeting. She's like, okay, well, it was nice meeting you. And she thinks she clicks off. She's like, ugh, good Lord.
You're getting the commentary after the date because they're not tech savvy. But that's what
if a girl wants to blow you off, she has to like fake a phone call and be like, oh my God, like she has that emergency friend call to get out of a date. Does she have to go to another Zoom date?
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing about Zoom. It's like, well, if you're ending early, I know you have nothing to do. Like, I know that. Like, everybody's doing literally nothing. So if you're
look at the time, I gotta go.
Time is what I'm indicating there. That's a Seinfeld reference. Time.
The best part is that you can just leave in whenever the fuck you want, right? To get out of a Zoom date, you literally just click end. You don't need it. If you're on a date with someone, you have to say, oh, I got to go to the bathroom, and then you got to call someone, and then you got to do all this shit. But you could just leave all social interactions. This is ideal.
You could also pretend to freeze. You could be like, sorry, my...
Yeah. Like your own buffering, you do your own like yeah, I can see there's nothing wrong with your screen. It's like no, you don't understand what's happening for the day.
Here's regular music playing in the background that is not interrupted, but you're stalling out.
So to be honest, like if I had to guess, like it's weird. Like insecurity and Zoom is not good mixed together. Do you know what I mean? Like if you're already insecure and you go on a date, you don't want it to be digital because it really screws everything up. So we had 2 dates, but I don't know what. I have no idea if there's going to be a third. I don't know. I have no gauge. You can tell. I think people feed off each other. So then there's like electricity. So like I don't know if she enjoyed it. I have no idea. I have no clue.
Can I say something? This is like a cute idea that might work. Does she live like in Queens?
She lives in Manhattan, but she's visiting her family in Jersey.
Okay. Well, I was going to say like something cute to do would like get her address and then find restaurants in her zip code and send her a meal, and then you have the same meal, and then you have dinner together.
Oh, like they did on my
2 months ago. That was stalking, but yeah, that'd be great. That was no, I actually think that's a really cute idea. That's a good idea. But you know what? To be honest, like, you ever have a date where this happens, where the conversation is so flowing, you don't have the moment to realize you're connecting? Like, it's one of those things where it's like you're getting along so well that you don't have that moment where you're like, oh, we're vibing on a date level. Does that make sense or no? Do you know what I mean? Like, where I'm like, oh, we're just because we talked about TV for like 45 minutes straight, and I was like, oh, this is going great. But then I'm like, well, I really don't know it because we didn't get to know each other. So, but that restaurant idea is a really romantic idea. That's really good.
Another part of dating is like, oh, he paid for me, like that kind of thing. So like, that's like bonus. You already got the talking down. You're relating on TV. Now just pay for something.
Is it that the guy always has to host the Zoom meeting? Is that the etiquette?
It is. I've hosted the Zoom meeting twice. I've hosted it twice. Which is also like, you can't show up fashionably late for Zoom. Like, that's not like, you can't be like, sorry, I had a thing. That's not happening.
You can leave an empty window and then just kind of like stumble into frame, just like, I'm so sorry. It's been a lot going on.
Just showing up in a safari hat with a pet, like a fucking stuffed tiger. Sorry, I was on safari. What's going on with you?
I also feel like it's weird because like I Zoom with people and now I see at least parts of their apartment. So I can imagine if I was Zooming a girl, when I finally got to her apartment, it was a little bit like, oh, is that what that shelf looks like in real life? Like, that's going to be more interesting. Like, it's a famous shelf. Like, oh, that's where the plant. Okay, I got it.
It's kind of dirty when you're saying it. Like, you're like, if I was Zooming a girl.
Yeah, that should be like a euphemism. Like, that should be like a frat term. I was Zooming this chick. Yeah. Your face really, really close to hers and you bang. That's what happens.
But like if you met up and you were both wearing masks, I think even if you just held hands, that would feel almost illicit. Like it's like going back to middle school, like, ooh, we just touched hands.
Well, full disclosure, I was hanging out with somebody that we hugged and I felt And that was a huge deal. But it was after literally 2 months of meeting up and talking 6 feet apart.
Wow, this is all like Love is Blind. Sorry to be that guy, but that is exactly what the show.
You look like the guy who wrote Love is Blind, so that makes total sense.
Thank you. Yeah. And by that, I have no writing skills. It's a reality show.
Same here. So I don't know.
Night.
Stand there and talk to each other. That's my writing.
Is that what Love is Blind? Well, Love is Blind is isn't that the digital one? Is it the one from what is that again?
Love is Blind is you're not allowed to meet the person, but you talk to them. So you can't see them, but you can talk. It's like a week long, and then eventually you get to meet the person, and at that point you have already proposed marriage.
Yes, and it's terrible, and I'm obsessed.
Well, you know what it is. I should step up to that one because I was hanging out with a girl before the quarantine where she got me into 90 Day Fiance, and I have so many questions about that show. It boggles my mind. It really messes with me. It's crazy. Have you watched?
My first question about 90 Day Fiance is why is it like 2.5 hours each episode?
because they have the most amazing editors you'll ever see, and they keep you even when we work in show business, all of us. We know the rules of show business. Yeah, totally. Yeah, we know the rules of show business, and even when you watch 90 Day Fiance, you're believing the cliffhangers as they're coming. It's that edited that well. That's even me. I'm a skeptic where I'm like, what is this BS? And then you get into it and you're like, what is she going to say? You're just really excited about it.
I got to say, I wrote for this. I just wrote tiny little jokes for a reality show. And I got to see the amount of manipulation that they do in the editing.
Oh, sure.
And it is wild. And I still absolutely love, there's something about it. They manufacture these stories and I get so invested. And I know that the reaction to what this person was saying was probably about a conversation about having an abortion or something insane. And they're talking about going to dinner. They'll just completely splice random conversations together. But still, I love it's like theater. It's like watching WWE SmackDown, you know how you guys all watch that, right? This is the right audience to talk about.
I'm in a purple room and he has wine tastings with his family. I don't know if wrestling is the way to go.
Okay. I'm your only hope with SmackDown. I'm your only hope. And I have watched it, and I know what you mean. A lot of them. You're right, because also that's another thing about the editing. That's why they're so good. Because 90 Day Fiance, the editing, those conversations happened days apart. The reactions they're giving. So they're kind of the look is from something totally different. They're like, hey, what do you want to eat tonight? And you're like, I don't know. And then it comes into an argument. It's insane how well they do it.
Those looks, every look in every. Have you guys ever watched Shark Tank?
Oh my god!
They get Mark Cuban going "Shut the fuck up" as soon as.
So I've been eliminated from several reality shows. Not to brag, I'm very good at getting knocked off of a show.
I've been eliminated from one, so I didn't beat you, but I have.
I remember for America's Got Talent, they wanted me to talk about the other acts. Because we could see them on a monitor. And I knew that if I said a single negative thing, that they could cut it so that I was shitting on some 6-year-old with cancer with the voice of an angel. I was not going to be that person. So I refused to give them negative takes on anything. Unless they were the only person I was negative about was there was a dancing Trump. So I said specific jokes about him that could only work. Because they're like, do you think dancing Trump is going to win? And I was like, no, this is decided by popular vote. So I don't think he has a chance.
Perfect.
But they use some of my footage because they go, okay, no, tell me about this singer. What do you think? And I didn't want to say anything bad. I also didn't want to say anything good if they were not good. So I just said, wow, she's real singery. And they used it. I described her as quote, singery.
I still don't know. Is that good or bad? I have no idea.
She's acting like a real singer, that singer. I was really just speaking in riddles.
And it's also a thing where it's as performers, when you do stuff like that and you want it to help you, it's really unfair for them to manipulate that much because hey, listen, I'm just trying to make a living here. Don't make me just narc out all these people for being crappy. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where it's come on, man. Don't let me just do my thing and get out of here. Because Last Comic Standing was they were the same way where it was the way they used to be back in the day, from what I understand, was super manipulative. They would trade out people's audiences, so you could have killed on Last Comic Standing, and they would have used a different audience to make it look like you bombed because it fit their narrative for Last Comic Standing.
That's so mean.
It's super mean. But it's like we're broke. It's like, let us just do our thing and try to help our careers here. Like it's so insane.
My favorite story on that was there was a comic who did Night at the Apollo, and he was talking to his manager. He's like, I don't know if I want to do it. It seems like a big risk. And his manager, this is a white guy, but he goes, if they hate you, which they might, just start cursing and they can't use your footage. If you curse a lot, they can't use your footage. So he steps out onto the Apollo stage, immediately starts bombing. So he starts going, you motherfuckers, you fucking, which makes them hate him more. So now there's like old ladies on chairs waving the cane, like, get him off. So he almost caused a riot at the Apollo.
But then he doubles down and then they start liking it. They're like, yeah!
Yeah, then he comes full circle. It's like that. It's like that Bill Burr said, Harrison from Jersey.
Oh my God, unbelievable.
Well, you know what's funny is I have a moment like that what happened was I did Last Comic Standing. Roseanne Barr was one of the judges. And right before we went on.
She's a real useful quote to have now in 2020.
Exactly. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, nothing matters anymore.
I love you, Roseanne Barr.
Yeah, no, that's not what happened. So what happened was it was like probably 6 years, whenever they had that revamp of Last Comic Standing. And we went, and to be fair, JB Smoove, of all people, came back in the green room and told us, he goes, listen, when you go out there, don't go out and go, hey, how you guys doing? Okay? But I was listening to what was going on, and the warm-up comic did literally a minute. JB Smoove comes out and just starts the show. So I host a lot of shows, so I go, I got to go into that mode. Like, I went to that mode of my brain, and I went out and I go, how you guys doing? Like, I did the exact thing you shouldn't have done. and then I did the set, and the set went well, but then afterwards she goes, good set. But how dare you say how you guys doing? It's late. She starts like really dressing me down for doing what I did, and I'm like, I'm really taking it to heart. But like, I'm realizing, I'm like, this is a comedy show. Does she want me to be funny back? So I go, no, I really wanted to know how they were doing. I go, no, I really was wondering how they were doing. And she goes, no, you didn't. I go, no, watch. How you doing? But just to be like, and I never told this story because I'm so embarrassed. And she was like, no, that's lazy. And she was yelling at me. And I was so beside myself. I'm like, my career is over. Like, if they air this, I'll look like a jerk. And they didn't air it just because somebody else did it. And she told an anecdote about Rodney Dangerfield telling her never to come out and say that. So that's the only reason why I skated by.
But little did you know that you would still be here, and she has been canceled.
She's still. I'm probably doing better than Roseanne Barr. Is that a thing? Yeah.
Would it be better to ask them, like, how you guys smelling?
Who's here for the first time? Is this on?
Well, you know what it is? Like, to be honest, like, at the time, the way I thought about her, I really took it to heart. I was like, hey, okay. But then when I realized she was just being a jerk about it, I was like, hey, lady, let's be funny with this. So that's why I did the silly thing about how you doing? You know,
well, I think the key is to really care when you ask. For example, Iowa, how you doing?
Oh, Iowa.
He is the caring. The key is caring and wanting to listen.
Iowa.
That's the key.
Iowa. Fuck.
No, I love Iowa.
Iowa.
Hello.
Great hammer.
Right?
You know what's so funny about
is the pronunciation.
What's so funny about Iowa is right before we started, I told my story when I was in Des Moines, Iowa. I'm from Long Island, so
That's where we are right now.
Des Moines, yeah. I grew up in a mall. I grew up in a Hot Topic, pretty much. And it was so funny about Des Moines is I did the Funny Bone in Des Moines a few years ago, and I talk so fast that I was on stage at the Des Moines Funny Bone, and I would tell a joke, and usually the way comics do it is we move on to the next joke. But in Des Moines, they would laugh at the one joke, and the minute I started talking again, they would stop. They would stop making noise. And it was because I was talking and they were trying to be polite.
Iowa nice. Yeah.
But it was really funny.
Well, we have a ton of new stuff to get to. There's been a lot this week. It's been an insane week. For those who are watching, by the way, the word of the night is night. Anytime you hear night, make sure you take a drink.
So that was 3 nights in a row. That was the 4th night. 5.
3. Mm-hmm. One more. Fantastic. And make sure you donate, by the way, to the COVID Foundation. It's covid.cm/National Lampoon. It's a fantastic charity. If you have anything, even $1, make sure you donate to it. They do really, really amazing work, and they've continued to do amazing work this entire pandemic. But in terms of this week, one of the discoveries that I made reading an article was that Chuck E. Cheese Pizza has been trying to stay afloat. They have entered the delivery business, but because everybody knows that their pizza is pretty nasty, they are going under the name of Pasquale's Pizza and Wings. Here's a photo of somebody ordering from Pasquale's Pizza and Wings, and that looks real like it comes from an arcade that really doesn't care about its catering.
I mean, I would eat it still. But
it looks like it comes from the back of a 1990 Toyota Camry. Let's be honest. Like that's not. That's
if it's not delivered by somebody in roller skates, I will not eat it.
It's from the 1950s. Like Harrison's like,
very
I would not eat anything but 1950s food.
I think it's very smart that Chuck E. Cheese is catfishing everyone. Basically what's happening, but like, yeah, I mean, Chuck E. Cheese, they're a place where you go not for the pizza, but for like the entertainment value. And since they don't have that, they're like, well, we got to catfish everybody into getting our shitty pizza. I mean, more people should do this. Like, you know, like Staples. I don't want to go like if I was ordering from a place called Scissors.
It seems dangerous almost. That's kind of sexy.
Also, I just wanted to tell Chuck E. Cheese, don't worry, we've given up on you a long time ago. This is about 12 years too late. Like it's like really, you're the dad in acid wash jeans who goes to the club at this point. You know what I mean? Like this is not. You're done. You're done.
I'll be more mad if this makes them make it through quarantine. Like if Chuck
if it works.
All my favorite restaurants in New York City are going out of business. I swear to God, if Chuck E. Cheese is the one fucking restaurant, everyone's mad that they changed it to Pasquale's, but I'm just mad they didn't close in the 90s.
I think right, exactly. I think they will make it through the quarantine. They're basically like, you know, they say cockroaches last after a nuclear war. Chuck E. Cheese will last after a pandemic. That's absolutely what's going to happen.
I think they should embrace it. They should give you a CD or a cassette. It would be better. A cassette with like the noises of skee ball and crying children, so you can like listen to it while you eat their shitty pizza.
But the problem is Pasquale, the character Pasquale, he's a beaver.
Is that true? Is that true?
He is the chef character.
But they got rid of it. They fired Chucky the mouse and got Pasquale the beaver.
So like it's a much more progressive
John,
I 100% believe that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and his partner is Spank the monkey. There's no it's just a mouse. By the way, I don't know if you guys saw this, but in Nebraska.
Well, hold on really quick. I'm sorry, dude.
Oh, yeah, no, keep going.
Chuck E. Cheese is also known for birthday parties. You can say you had a birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese's. You can't say I went to Pasquale's for my birthday. That sounds way creepier. That's awful.
Yeah, they're also not the only restaurant to be doing it. Applebee's is actually listing itself as neighborhood wings.
It's like they're trying to explain what they do to aliens.
TGI Fridays, it's called Dusty Shit on the Walls. And
one of them is going to be like, they're like, oh, if it's Jack in the Box, it's called diarrhea. Like it's just
just cut out the middleman and tell us exactly what you are.
Yeah. Just get us to the point. Yeah.
I would say
Taco Bell is just wrapped horses.
I got so mad when I first saw it. I was like, that's bullshit. But I also am like every stand-up comedian now is like, I'm a screenwriter. I'm just a screenwriter, you know?
That's true. We're totally doing the same thing. No, comedian, I'm a live streaming performer.
Yeah, no, I'm a TikTok star.
I have 400 followers on TikTok. I'm killing it.
Yeah. Do you? That's pretty good.
No,
Hallie, how do you feel about this pizza? Would you order from this Chuck E. Cheese that is not real?
No. Honestly, though, what Chuck E. Cheese should be doing is having like delivery games. So like ordering whack-a-mole around or like skee ball around. Because their food not for it.
No, yeah, that's what they're known for. You're right. They should.
They got all that crap collecting dust in Chuck E. Cheese, like all the dolls and everything. They should send along dolls and shit with that.
Prizes? Could you imagine if the delivery guy came dressed like a clown and you get to whack him with a mallet and tickets would come out of his mouth? I would go in there every night.
I would do that.
That's the most exciting sounding felony I've ever heard in my life.
It's padded. It's one of those padded mallet. Danny Braff, by the way, is saying Olive Garden is breadsticks and more.
What the fuck? Why are they all doing this?
That's
where are they?
Katie was making a joke, but
that actually sounded believable, just like the beaver joke that John made.
Nothing is off limits anymore.
By the way, I'm promoting Chunk the groundhog. I think he's a groundhog. He eats vegetables on Instagram. It's very funny. Look up Chunk.
Chunk.
Yeah. We are part of the quarantine where one of my best friends sincerely sent me a 25-minute video of somebody solving a Sudoku puzzle and said, "You have to watch the whole thing. It will change your life." That's where we're at.
It's like, that's when you wonder, you're like, are my friends just messing with me? Like are my friends like, that's like the thing where are you becoming a worse person being in quarantine? And you're just like, let me just send them a chore for 25 minutes.
The sad thing is, as soon as he sent it, I knew that I would love that video. As soon as he sent it, I'm going to.
What is this?
Chunk? Let's see Chunk.
Chunk?
Too bad. Can we share screen Chunk? Oh my! I've seen this. Yeah.
I'm a little
Arizona. You're on Sienna. You're on TikTok. How do you feel about Chunk? Do you think that's good? Some serious good TikToking? Oh, you're on mute, Sienna. If you want to just hit the unmute button.
He said TikTok. That's tragic.
Oh, I was saying, is he on Instagram or TikTok?
Instagram.
How many vegetables can a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck is on TikTok? You know?
I'm just finding Chunky's dead.
No.
What?
Oh,
Chunky's dead? Sienna, that's the comedy, and you got to tell us this adorable animal is dead?
Way to kill the groundhog.
Found him. Okay. He's not dead.
Oh, he's not. They got Sienna.
Chunk the groundhog, very funny. They also have merchandise. You can buy Chunk t-shirts. I have nothing to do with Chunk. It's just I'm a big fan recently.
The more you say it, the more that I think it's a gay dating app for bears.
Chunk.
You just downloaded Chunk?
Sam, do you have any merch?
Let's be honest, Sam, I would kill it on that website. I really would.
Oh my God, you do amazing.
Sam, do you have any merchandise, and do you feel bad that a groundhog has more merch than you do?
Yes, I do.
Oh, you do have merch?
No, I feel terrible.
Oh.
In a terrible place in my career.
By the way, Jenna Shapiro said, give Sam joke of the night. And you know what? Let's do it. Joke of the night. I have it somewhere in here. Boom. Joke of the night.
Oh my God. My first joke of the night ever.
Yes. And it has the word night in it, which is very exciting.
I love the production value of this show. It's fantastic.
Oh, yeah. I spare no expense in making these awards.
This is some of the most fun I've had during doing these things.
Well, I wanted to change the topic for a second because I found out this week, and two of the people on this panel have been named in a lawsuit. And so I don't know if this is the way to break it to you, but a 66-year-old woman is suing all gays.
Uh-huh.
All gays. Yeah. It's a 7-page lawsuit she wrote out in cursive.
Yeah.
This is the first page of the lawsuit. This is a real lawsuit.
Jesus.
She actually mentioned in the lawsuit, she does, by the way, she misspells a bunch of words, which she might not have had she used spell check on a computer. Cites only the Bible.
The woman suing all gays doesn't know how to spell. I'm absolutely shocked.
It's pretty amazing. They do say that this is my favorite quote is, Your Honor, I've heard the boasting of the defendant, the homosexuals, on the world news, from the young to the old, to the rich and famous, and to the not so rich and famous, how they were tired of hiding in the closet and how glad they are to be coming out of the closet. And then something that I don't think any of us can argue with, Sylvia, contend that homosexuality is a sin and that the homosexuals know that it is a sin to live a life of homosexuality. Why else would they have been hiding in a closet?
I'm gonna say officially, I've been to, Pride weekend. They don't know it's a sin. You guys definitely don't know.
I know.
Also,
I'm kidding.
Writing,
no idea.
writing a complaint or a letter like that in all cursive is the gayest thing.
Yeah. I would say this: writing that in all cursive that's not a letter. That's not a court case. That's a manifesto. Let's be honest. I'm pretty sure the Unabomber has the same exact rundown of that.
You guys are killing this.
Do you think she actually thinks gays hide in a literal closet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure she does.
Because she says obviously they know it's a sin because they are hiding in a closet, as if gays are literally in the closet, door shut, because they are so afraid of their sin.
She's like, they're ruining all that cedar. I can't take them. They're just spitting on it.
Sam, as somebody who looks like they're literally inside of a cedar closet, would you?
Yeah, you look like
also
you're in the basement.
Sam, it's really great to see you in the 1970s documentary Capturing the Freedmen. You look fantastic.
Oh, thank you. I don't understand.
That's a deep cut joke. I know. Documentary lovers will love that joke.
Yeah, no, I'm too hot to get that reference, but I am in my grandmother's house, which explains it. It is. It's like from the fucking 40s. But to stay on topic, my wife and I think that this is a really aggressive bill. And I'm not taking any chances. What if she wins? I'm not going to. Harrison said too. He was talking about himself and John. Sean and I are going to go talk about WWE.
John, if you were called to be a witness, would you go to court?
Yes, I would go to court. I would get to wear something. And I would tell the whole truth, the whole truth, some truth, and maybe nothing of the truth.
Ooh, great quip. I like.
Sam, would you be on the witness stand?
Would I be on the witness stand? Yeah, because it sounds like a porno. I don't know why. Witness stand, witness stand. Nope, I'm just horny. But
I stand the witness.
That was gay.
Yeah.
You know what? That you guys working together on that bit. I know I rarely give it out, but that gets joke of the night.
God, my first one ever.
A huge honor.
I like that she said all gays. I like that so much.
I like that you're going like this.
Thank you.
Also, was it now? Did it get past any court ever? Like, is that even a thing that like? Is that actually a real thing where it's in a courtroom and being discussed, or is it just she did it and she filed it and it got dismissed?
I believe it will be dismissed. But you have to file it, which means I was able to publicly download it and show it to the world.
Right, which is way too far. Way too far.
She seems like a woman who like send along newspaper clippings with it, being like, and I saw this article about it. You should read it.
Yeah, well, we like. I feel like with this court case, we shouldn't know about this lawsuit. Like that shouldn't even be a thing.
Yeah,
right. Iowa, you're the closest to Nebraska. How do you feel about this lawsuit?
I think that's where she filed the lawsuit.
Yeah.
Sorry, but you don't have a very, very modernized state. I apologize for that, but yes.
I wouldn't shit on Iowa if you like corn.
Well, there's a lot of places. Well, I'll head over to Kansas, I guess. I'll just figure that out.
Corn and dogs. What?
I love corn. I'm in corn.
Oh my God. You might have been too soon on that joke of the night thing, Harrison.
You know what, Sean? God. That retort was very witty. I think it deserves joke of the night.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Also, I think that John should be kicked out of comedy for that statement. I really do.
No, John.
No, I love him. I love him.
That was a great example of why Zoom dates don't work.
It doesn't translate.
It doesn't.
I got it, and I loved it.
She was like, "What? Oh no!" And then really.
Our final topic of the evening. I don't know if you saw this meme, but there's a Detroit priest who has been blessing his congregation. And this is how he's doing it. I'll show you a picture of it. He is squirting them with holy water with this very official squirt gun. I'm sure that has Jesus intended. Here's another view of him. And this is a poster that the Archdiocese released. This is actually from the Archdiocese itself. They call it the Good, the Bad, and the Holy Spirit.
This is the cover of my rap album as well. I don't know if you guys know that.
This is so funny, but also so smart, but also so funny. Like, I'm sure the people in the cars were taking it seriously, but as soon as they roll down the window and like, oh, they have to laugh. Like, it's very silly. It's
yeah. Also, I'm a Catholic. Well, I'm not a real Catholic, but I grew up Catholic. So this joke is hard for me to do. But I will say this. Let's be honest. This is easy for them to do because they must have a bunch of squirt guns lying around from doing something else.
Oh, wow. That is, can I get joke of the night? Am I allowed to do it? Joke of the night.
Joke of the night.
Let's be honest. They got to have boxes of these things just lying around in the basement.
I like that as soon as he finishes it, he's probably like, and that's the only facial you're allowed to have.
That is vivid. I don't like that one, Harrison.
Also, you know what? Too bad, because that's joke of the night.
Is that a taxi cab that he's shooting? What is that?
That looks like a Mini Cooper.
Yeah. I like that he's in between two. I think this is just Zach Galifianakis in between two ferns.
Also, it makes sense because he was in a relationship with a Mini Cooper.
A girl named Cooper who was very short.
Yeah. Are there any other religious practices you think you can update using that as a model?
Well, I think if anybody, like for a wedding, if it was like, it would be funny if bridesmaids and groomsmen went down the aisle in a slip and slide.
I like it.
I also think this, when, in Catholic Church, they give you the communion, they could change that and say, instead of saying the name of the Father, they would say, break yourself the minute that they.
Unfortunately, I can't take back joke of the night, but I want to.
If I just say joke of the night, will the lower third pop up?
You have to say it with enthusiasm.
And that's joke of the night.
Yes, it works every time.
This is disgusting, but in the Jewish culture, we have a bris, and I think that could be made into a ring pop. I'm so sorry.
That could be turned into a what?
A ring pop.
Ring pop.
A ring pop?
It's like yeah, so
keep going. I really want to see where this joke goes.
Yeah. So if you don't fuck off. So it's like penis, right? And then snippity snip snip. And then there's a little thing. Fuck you, John. I don't like your Jackson over there, corn boy. And then you put your finger through the tip, right? And then you add a sucker. And now it's a ring. I didn't do my homework.
I was gonna say, if you're gonna do a bris, you should do like the game of Operation, but all you can do is remove the foreskin.
Oh, that is a great joke that I should have said.
You know what though? As much as that's a good joke, what you said is joke of the night.
Yeah.
Thank you. I want to thank John. Thank you.
Guys, this has been so much fun. I love each and every one of you, and I want everybody to follow you. We have all of your Instagram. We have John Milhiser, that's Twitter and Instagram. Samuel H. Morrison at Twitter and Instagram. And Shawnee Time on Twitter and Instagram. Man, let's see. I think we didn't get to see Jess as much as the others. Jess?
Yes!
Do you know what time it is, Jess?
A freckle past the hair?
No, it's audience Q&A, our favorite time. Yes, you get to ask our panel one question and one question only. We must answer it. We only have time for one audience question, so make it count, Jess.
Have you guys become addicted to online shopping?
Ooh.
No, because the money's not coming in.
Yes, I have, and I bought a putter and an iPad.
A putter? Are you playing golf inside of your apartment?
I'm putting into a tin cup inside my apartment. And for me, that's exercise. So that's fantastic.
I'm going to go get something I bought off the internet. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Awesome. Sam, what about you?
No, I don't have any money.
He bought that shirt off of Instagram. We know that.
No, this is my grandmother's moo-moo.
I thought it was a dress that the first mom from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air wore on most of the season.
All the references are from the 90s. I love it.
Nice mod dress, Sam.
I just like picturing Sean trying to putt into a tin cup like the world's saddest just fired CEO.
Just the mini golf championships.
Ooh, that's nice.
It's so flowy.
Very nice, Sam.
Thank you. I came straight from Chuck E. Cheese.
He looks like he's gonna read our horoscopes right after the show.
So I got this on eBay.
Ooh.
Oh yes,
Very good.
oh my God!
It's funny. He's handcuffed. It's like to the
Oh,
key.
that's fantastic.
So why?
Awesome. I have. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah. Nope. Here it is. I did order a Disney-related product on eBay recently. It is this.
What is that? Wait,
It
what
is
is
the alien encounter pin. I don't know if you remember that ride, but that was the ride so scary, kids shit themselves, and Disney had to shut it down. There's nothing that makes me happier than knowing that there was a ride at Disney, which I did get to ride, in which children, after doing very fun things, literally had an alien murder somebody above their heads, breathe and spit onto their neck, and then put them in total darkness. It is, and maybe the greatest ride that Disney has ever come out with.
Hey man, I gotta tell you, I went on the Harry Potter ride at Universal Studios. It's way crazier. There's like a bookshelf one where you're on like a stack of books. It's way crazier than you'd think it would be. It's like I almost shit myself. I'm pretty sure.
Is that the one with the spider?
It's the one that it's basically just a video stream one, but the track they have is so much windier that it's like a half a roller coaster. And I'm not a roller coaster guy, so it really messes you up.
Oh, I'm a big fan. I've done that ride a lot. I did the Dream. Have you been to the American Dream Mall in New Jersey?
No, that's the same as the Mall of America, and I've been to the Mall of America.
Yes, except the Mall of America has customers. The American Dream Mall is completely empty. It was me and two friends, and we had the entire mall to ourselves. We rode every ride without a line. It was, I would say, apocalyptic, and the pandemic had not even hit yet.
Wow. That's a sad. That's the biggest, probably like $3 billion mistake there. like they just built that thing with no research whatsoever.
Yeah, it's like the way that we're approaching this pandemic. It's pretty similar.
Pretty much, yeah, same thing. We might as well just all hunker down in the mall. There's nobody there.
That's fair. Somebody, by the way, in the comments said a drive-by bris, which sounds horrifying. I don't know how you can stick it far enough out the window, but if you figure out a way, I think it might work.
God, no, yeah.
That's so bloody. Sorry, I got really vivid with that. I don't know why I imagined it, but
no, we all did. You just said it. Yeah.
Well, guys, this has been an incredible panel. I could not have predicted the directions it would go. I thank you guys all so much for being here. John, Sam, and Sean, thank you so much. We hope to have you on another episode soon. Mwah, much love, and we'll see you on another episode shortly. John, Sam, and Sean, make sure you follow them on the Twitter and the Instagram and the TikTok. Guys, this has been an incredible show, and I can't think of a better way to play us out than with the wonderful and talented and fantastic musical stylings of Sarah Dooley.
Hi, it's me again.
How you doing?
I'm wonderful.
You?
I do, yeah. It's a couple of really short ones. Basically, I've been watching a lot of TV, obviously, and every brand has their own new like Corona commercial, but no one has changed their jingle to reflect what's going on. So
That's true.
I went ahead and did it for them.
Oh, awesome. Well, I'm sure they will appreciate it. Take it away, Sarah Dooley.
Okay, so here are my Corona jingles. The best part of waking up is going back to sleep. And then there's like, ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm losing it. And then let's see, what about like, maybe she hasn't showered. Maybe it's quarantine. And what about I want my summer back, summer back, summer back. I want my summer back. Corona stole it from me. Barbecue sauce. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing. That was so good. Sarah.
Thanks.
They should hire you. I think those are all fantastic.
I'm ready. I'm here. I literally have nothing going on.
Well, you do have your album on Spotify, which I, again, encourage everybody to purchase. Spotify, go to Stupid Things, that's the name of the album, or follow her on Twitter and Instagram, Unruliest Dooley. Sarah, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, of course, anytime.
And that has been our show, everybody. Please make sure you donate to the COVID Foundation. It's covid.cm/National Lampoon. A huge thank you to all the people that were on the show. That was Sarah Dooley. We also had John Milhiser for Twitter and Instagram, Sam Morrison, Samuel H. Morrison, and Sean Donnelly at Shawnee Time. If you want to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, please do it. It's at Harrison Comedy. That's pretty easy, at Harrison Comedy. We are here every single Friday at 8 p.m. on the East Coast, 5 p.m. on the West Coast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for your support. We really, really appreciate it. We can't do the show without you. Huge thanks to Evan and Brendan, Claudia, all of our interns. We really, really appreciate everybody who puts work into the show. Guys, thanks again for tuning in. My name is Harrison Greenbaum, and this has been National Lampoon Live. National Lampoon Live. I'm singing a theme song with Harrison Greenbaum. National Lampoon Live.